The majority of Australians are reluctant to adopt AI technology, according to a new study. The KPMG study found that 71% of Australians are worried about the long-term impact on society, and a third are concerned that there's not enough regulation. Joining us live now is Dr. Michael Collo, a key speaker at the CAP Tech event happening in Sydney in October. Michael, thank you for your time this morning. There seems to be a bit of fear around AI, that it could take our jobs. Is it something we should fear?
Look, it's a great question. Lots of people have been talking about it for a while now, especially with ChatGPT. I don't think it's something that we should really be afraid of as Australians. I think that really the opportunity here for us to embrace this technology, to understand its benefits and to use it within our jobs and industries is just amazing. Like the things like ChatGPT and some of the other large language models that have come through give us a real opportunity to embrace AI as a nation that typically in the past haven't maybe paid as much attention or kind of embraced it as much as we could have.
Yeah, it's interesting, this Chat GPT. There are benefits, I suppose, being written about and spoken about now, that you can actually use it to negotiate pay rises. You can use it for all sorts of reasons. What are some of the benefits?
Oh, look, I mean, this is nothing short of a revolution or kind of a big milestone step in AI in terms of what it's been able to do. So ChatGPT is a form of AI called generative AI. And what it does very well is language. It kind of does really well with writing, reading, and comprehension. Whereas before, all the AIs were quite numeric and mathematical and statisticky. This one is very much focused on language. So if you think about your day-to-day jobs, the things that you have to do, whether you write or you like writing emails or not, or emails to your boss or to your employees or maybe to other people as well, these systems make it so much easier and so much more accessible to take these kind of mundane tasks out of your day-to-day.
So what are your predictions into the future? What else are we going to see with AI?
Well, AI is a huge topic, and I think one of the things that maybe to take away from any conversation about AI is that it's here to stay. It's only going to get more sophisticated, more intelligent, better, and that's not something to fear. That's something to pay attention to and something to get excited about and happy about. I think when we think about generative AI and things like ChatGPT, the kinds of industries that are at the forefront of their impact are education. So certainly the way that education will be delivered and created and tested has to change across our schools and across our universities and globally as well. And certainly other areas like marketing or any kind of content derived areas, including media as well and journalism, as we've spoken a lot about.
So how do we get on board? How do we, I suppose, familiarise ourselves with AI, even if we don't want to? And I suppose accept that it's not something we should fear. Over in America at the moment, where there's the writers' strike happening, one of their big concerns is that AI is going to take a lot of acting jobs. How do we balance that? How do we embrace AI if you do have the fear that it could take something away from us?
So I think what I love about the culture that we have as Australians is this kind of give it a go attitude. And so sometimes what you see is that people of various different generations, people in their 50s or 60s or 70s, just picking up new tools and saying, like, let me just give it a go. Let me just see how good it is. And if it's good, I'll use it. If it's not good, I won't use it. So I think thinking about it in terms of what it is that you're trying to do and what it is that your job entails, you become better or more efficient. And if that's AI, brilliant. If that's not AI, don't worry about it. Look for masterclasses, look for education, look for other people who are into it, and just ask questions. And I think stay curious. Also, I think with regards to bigger shifts, like in what you see in the strikes in the US, it's really interesting to note that a lot of that strike is not necessarily about AI, but it's about the business models behind AI, providing equality of profit and distribution to the creators and the actors that are making these shows, that are writing these shows, and so on. So while AI gets kind of pulled into the conversation because it's in the realm of technology, those conversations are really much more about streaming and the way that we distribute profits from streaming.
Looking into the future, I've noticed one of the topics, I suppose, or something we could expect is more self-driving cars. Do you think we're going to see a generation of students stopping to learn how to drive?
Look, it's a great question. And self-driving cars is one of those things that we were promised a while ago, and it hadn't really come about for various reasons. Or it has, but not in the way that we thought it was going to. Certainly the technology is here, but it's taking a bit longer. I think the thing to understand is but a few centuries ago, 80% of the workforce was sitting in agriculture. And we all had skills to grow things and to look after crops and so on. Now, less than 5%, perhaps less than 10% of the workforce is sitting in that area directly, which basically means that our skills have evolved as workforces. And I think what AI presents is an opportunity for us to evolve and to develop our skills. And I think if you're in your 40s like I am, or perhaps in your 50s or 60s, so certainly a lot of Australians, according to the survey you mentioned, don't really understand the upsides of AI. They certainly understand the risks, or they certainly kind of worry about the risks, but they don't really think about embracing AI or the upside of AI. And to those individuals, including myself, I would just say, just stay curious, stay interested, have a go, pick it up, see if it's useful. Don't be daunted by big words and by big expressions and by big technical people. And I think if we don't do that collectively as a nation, as a set of industries, I think we can really move our AI adoption ahead as a country.
Dr. Michael Collo, key speaker at the CapTech event happening in Sydney in October. Thank you so much for your time this morning.